What is up, guys? Welcome to a new video. So it's about time that we finally got this 6.2.6 quest done. To make it a bit easier, it's easier to say now, we'll be splitting it into two videos. So this will be all of the fights up to the 6.2.6 boss, the champion. Just because that fight is very long and these fights are obviously very long, you would have got about a 30-minute video, making it very difficult sort of to sit there and watch it all. So I thought if I split it into two, then if you're just here for the champion fight, you can go in and watch that, and that will be sort of more of a tips and tricks type video to help you understand that fight a bit better, how to sort of go through each stage, who the best counters are. Whereas this video will be more of the lead up of the fight, so I'll just be breaking down each individual fight, which leads up on all have link nodes to the champion at the end. So each link node gives him sort of an extra little buff at the end of the fight. So this Spider-Man Stark enhanced fight was the easiest one. It's the easiest one on the thing, in my opinion. He just is more likely to activate a special 2, but with a Cosmic Champ, he doesn't have that AI online, which means he doesn't evade any of your special attacks, and that makes this fight really, really easy. Especially as it's really easy for him to get him to throw his SP1, which is one of the easiest special attacks to dex as long as you just swipe back twice. This fight did cause a bit more of an issue. I personally found it really, really difficult, and only sort of yesterday, as you could see in my big opening video for Cyber Weekend, did I manage to pull Rintrah, who, with the basically constant neutralize, meant that he never power gained, and this fight was also really easy. So that this Hyperion is another linked node. The best sort of counters for him, the best sort of counters for the Stark Spidey would be any Cosmic Champ, really. It's very easy fight, but then for him is a lot of Doctor Doom would be very good with his power control. Warlock wasn't bad, but I couldn't really get him to work in this fight. Obviously Rintrah was easy, quite easy. A Tigra, if you're really good with Tigra. Basically all power control champs, or power burn or power drain, so they work really effectively. And then obviously just get him to throw that SP2 before the neutralize runs out, or that was what it was in my case, and that made this fight really, really easy. However, as I mentioned earlier, it can be a really, really tricky fight if you don't have access to power control champs or power gain, or sort of a Rintrah or Tigra. There, I got really lucky, so I did find this fight really, really easy in the end, but originally it was so difficult. This is probably my 15th attempt at this fight, or maybe more, so don't think I managed to get through it really easy with other champs. It was only did I manage to do it second time with Rintrah. So as I said, the best counters for him would be people like Rintrah, Warlock, even a Hawkeye to extent, or maybe unless you're really good at fighting Hyperion, or your own. He's quite a common champ that you see in Battlegrounds, so if you know what he's like, then just use however you normally counter him. So it's almost the end of this fight, and as I said, it was, for me, quite easy, but is a real challenge for other people. I probably should have sped each fight up a bit more, but this will give a true sense of what the fights are like if you're going into it blind, or if you just need a bit of support going through, which is, I know I definitely needed during this. So obviously Rintrah gets that one done, and that was quite successful. Going on to the next fight, and again, Iceman. Again, I got lucky yesterday, so Warlock being Cold Snap immune was perfect. Not many people are Cold Snap immune, so I got very lucky with him. Again, if you've got a Warlock, this fight is really easy. You just get to that SP2, armor break him so he doesn't have that ice armor, and then you can basically play it however you like. He obviously doesn't bleed, so you can't parry heavy, but you are able to get that SP2 off, and that allows you to do a lot of damage and take him out, very, very quickly. I think going through this whole quest, I did find, I just thought the Magic fight, which we'll come up to later, is a piss. I don't want to swear, but it is a joke. I do feel like, I don't know how many people are supposed to do that. You basically have to just eat the damage and spend revives, or hope you get really lucky, because to do it otherwise is really, really difficult. I know power control champs work for Limbo, but her having basically double power gain on hits was just, I couldn't, even with Warlock, I couldn't keep her under wraps. So yeah, very, very tricky. But there's the Iceman fight done. Again, good counters for him, a Warlock, or just a tech champ who can get him done, or like big heavy champs, so somebody like Gallon, Quicksilver. No, I guess maybe not Quicksilver so much because he hasn't got loads of health, but champs like that who can get him dispatch with him really quick are really useful. Next fight, Blade. Again, I actually don't remember what node he had, as this fight was really easy. It's the easiest fight on the quest, other than maybe Stealthy Spidey. It depends on who you've got, but for me, very easy. Could do a lot of damage with Kitty Pryde and baiting out his attacks. He didn't really gain much power. He's not very difficult champion to. He's not a very difficult defender, I guess. So it's not easy to take him down. Any sort of mutant champ would be a good counter. Anyone who's bleed immune is also quite positive. An Ultron, or again a Warlock, any of the robots, or your favourite champ really. I think any of my champs could probably have taken him out with not too much health. It's that SP2 that is a bit of a pain, so a high block proficiency champ could be quite useful, or again a bleed immune to make sure he doesn't hit those bleeds through the blocks. But yeah, not a too difficult fight, and I don't think you guys will struggle with this one in particular. I think the next few fights coming up are probably, that's where it really gets tricky. These first 3 fights, or 3 or 4 fights, are quite simple, well, I guess not really. There's not really a node on there that you would really struggle with and say, okay, that's difficult. Maybe that Hyperion fight just because of his power game, but again, if you've got a good counter, it's a very easy fight. But these are the sort of fights that you come up to and you think, okay, now this is where I'm really struggling, or this is where I need a specific counter, or I really need to work hard for the fight win. Here I was just, I played this Magic so many times, I'd fought her so many times while trying to get this, because obviously again, I didn't complete this quest first time, not even 10th time. This would be 15th, 20th time. So I fought her a few times, and there's just no. I looked it up. I asked other people. There is just no limbo counter except from Power Drain. It is a joke, and I can't believe she's in this one. I won't be going down a path with her in again. Or at least not for the time being. So yeah. You'll see that I do actually go into this fight because of that kinetic transference, where a blocked attack gives the champion 5% power. That actually would have been quite useful. If I'm not going to lie, it would have got him to throw his special attacks faster, since he is a bit more aggressive in particular parts of his fight. Obviously, it's split up as you'll see in the champion walkthrough in the next video. So with this one, I just thought I'll go with whichever champ has the most health, and I'll hope for the best. So that's basically what I did. I did try and not hit her while Limbo was active, but I don't really know how it works, so I still did, take quite a bit of damage from this, and she regenerated a lot. But in the end, I got through this fight. I just counters for this fight. I would say large health pools, but I don't even think that really matters. If the damage she does is proportional, I don't know. That could be something worth checking. Somebody like Sasquatch might be quite useful, but for me, yeah, just really, really struggle with this. Couldn't find a good counter online. Couldn't find a good counter in my deck. Wouldn't even know who to use if I had all of the champs. Maybe Doctor Doom, but even then, again, look how much power she gains on one hit. Like, that's obscene. It's way more than a normal champ would. So I sort of just hoped that the acid burns would do quite a lot of damage, let her hit into my blocks, and sort of, again, a Gallon, somebody who takes out champs really quick would be really useful in this. But then I guess you also could, on the other hand, take that damage to you. So it's just about trying different things, practicing against her, see what champions you've got in particular that can deal with her. But yeah, overall, this fight was the worst fight, in my opinion, on the whole thing. This, and actually one more, which I think is maybe in a couple fights' time. but I'll definitely get onto that fight and the reasons I absolutely hated it when it comes up. So that Majik fight done, only about 85% of my health taken from not even taking a single hit. So, you know, that sucks. Again, not really sure how to counter her, but yeah, basically do what you can. It would be my advice. And going into this fight, or we'll go into this fight now, and it'll be easier to explain when you see it on screen. If you haven't fought it, you'll not really know. So that timer on Void, every time that goes off, it lays a debuff on you, a debuff on you, and then to counter that, we'll see. See, look, you have that. You have to get the 10th hit on, and it will stop it. So it will purify it. It has to be on the 10th hit. That's it, or every 10th hit, so 10, 20, 30. Obviously, if you get hit, then, like I did, you lose that combo, and then, you know, you start to take a lot more damage. It's very tricky to get the hang of. A couple times I went wrong just because I wasn't even looking at the screen. Like, it was just too much going on that I couldn't quite concentrate. But luckily I had Kitty Pryde to save me in the phase, so she obviously didn't take any damage during them, so I was sort of able to take that and sort of eat some of the damage, and then eventually, once I get to my sort of all my streaks, I died. So as you can see, I tried to quit the game, restart, as all good MCOC players do, but it was too late. Damage was done. So I went in again with a different champ, knowing that sort of I had to concentrate. I had to make sure I got that 10th hit, and then that makes it a lot easier. I would say there's no particular counters to him. I guess maybe counters to Void himself to make it a bit easier. But it is very much on, 10 hits to lose that buff. And then that buff does damage if it's on you. So, very strange way of going about it. But I went with Warlock this time. I tried to, I got hit instantly. Just that was input delay. I'm happy to say when it's me. But that time it actually wasn't me. Yeah, so, waited to get to the 10th hit, waited for it to come on me, and, this fight just takes a lot of concentration, and I know it can be really tricky, and again, it did take me 3 or 4 tries to get used to it, but once it was much easier, and I was quite happy with it. Again, counters to it, I would say just champs that, get a lot of hits quickly, so I think Quicksilver actually builds up his hit meter quite fast, Squirrel Girl, if that counts, but I can't imagine her 40 combo meter starting counts, so maybe she doesn't work. Or champions who do a lot of hits in one, so somebody like Hyperion, I know that counts as a lot. Actually, Warlock's SP2, where he hits him a lot of times. And then in this last phase, he goes unblockable under 25% health, so had forgot about that. Obviously, having to concentrate on so many other things, I'd actually forgot that was the case. So I did take a few hits and eat a bit of damage. But after that, I just went super aggressive, really got quite lucky there, and just tried to take him out basically as quick as I possibly could before all of his debuffs do a lot of damage, or before he does a lot of damage to me. So, this fight is quite difficult, so let me know how you get on, who you'll go in with. Obviously, with all fights, let me know what the team you're going in with, how you'll get on. If you've done it already, who did you use? But as you can see, look, I'm taking damage left, right, and centre. I actually think I die. Yep, again, I tried to restart. I don't think it works. No, it doesn't. So, or maybe I did restart. No, I got knocked out. So, I think for the video's sake, I thought it would be best not to restart and show you how I really did. So yeah, two knockouts to this Void. He is a real pain. But if you can get used to it and get used to him and know how to play him, then, again, very easy. So Null took him out basically instantly with like 2 hits, so, or 3 even. So that's that fight done. Again, I know this video is quite long, but I wanted you to see the full fight, see what you're getting yourself into, see who you should take in, especially this fight. So this fight is, if Majik wasn't Majik with Limbo, this would be my least favourite fight. Every time he dashes forwards, he gets an unstoppable. And then he also has Smash. I don't really know how he works that well. So I was basically just trying my best. So we all know the best counter for him. It's Valkyrie, obviously, with those unstoppables. It just makes the whole fight a lot easier. You don't have to worry about the Smash. Obviously, having to worry about the Smash unstoppables and then also the unstoppables for him dashing was such a pain. I tried Rintra with this fight to see if the Neutralize would get rid of the unstoppables. it didn't. So that one doesn't work. Counters, I guess, is just unstoppable counters, but then I still think he gets them even if he had a slow on him. I don't know that for sure, but that would sort of be my guess on this fight. However, I would just say, as with everyone, use the champs you're best with. Some of these fights don't take specific counters. Like this one, if you had a Valkyrie, yeah, you could absolutely shred him, but it is possible to do it if you play better than I did. I played horribly, so I wasn't able to do it in one champ, I don't think. The Unstoppable just got the best of me, and I kept trying to intercept, and, in the end, I was just struggling big time. But if you are used to playing Hulk Ragnarok, or really know how he works, take in whatever kind of skill champ you want, and you should be able to fight him quite easily. You've just got to remember, if you're somebody who likes to intercept a lot, I particularly don't, but a couple of times I did sort of forget and just thought, okay, I'll go for it, and got hit by, as he was sort of dashing as well, so yeah, it does take a bit of practice, this one, again, as all the fights in this really do. They all do take practice, like, apart from the simple ones, the Blades, the Stark Spideys, the Void one takes a lot of practice. Majik takes a lot. Well, that one, again, we don't speak her name anymore. It's too hard. This one takes a bit of practice. Hyperion, if you don't have the right one, or counter to him, then that one can take a bit of practice if you're not used to fighting him. So there are a lot of fights. The Void one, as I said, takes practice. I can't remember if I said that one already. And then the Iceman one could do if you don't have a Cold Snap immune champ. So yeah, just this one is very tricky. I mean, I take a lot of damage there right at the end, or close to the end. I was quite gutted with it, but as I said, this one takes practice, and you just have to eat some in the block. That's basically the way I felt it had to go, and I don't know. I think, as I said, if you're used to it, you're used to it. But if you're not, then it's really tricky, and I did find it really tricky. I won't lie. Probably the most annoying fight, because it's a Hulk Ragnarok. If you gave me a normal one without that stupid dash, Falcon could take him out easily. But with this Unstoppable, just that wasn't the case, and I had to rely on a lot of concentration again. But in my opinion, I think that's good about the quest. It makes you think, it makes you work hard. Not every fight should be easy. Like that Hyperion one, once I had Rintrah, it was easy. And not every fight should be that easy. Like, yeah, once you get a good counter, it should be, or could be. But again, very, very easy to make it, to make it difficult. And I'm sort of glad that there was a challenge, and that I was made to work hard. This fight it's just a Corvus Glaive fight, okay? Don't overthink it too much. You've got that SP2, which is really tricky, but apart from that, he doesn't. His node is nothing too special. I think it's actually the one where he gets sort of passive things above. Oh no, it's not. So I was wrong. I can't actually remember, but that's how sort of unimportant it was. It was an easy fight if you can fight Corvus. I eventually got used to that SP2. If you dash far enough away, as I'll show you in a minute when he throws it, if you dash far enough away, it makes that unblockable, basically irrelevant. He'll throw it, and then you can double dash it on his first two hits, and then just dash again. He can't make up that ground, so you should be okay. Again, this fight very easy. We are coming towards the end of this video. Do let me know what you guys think of it. I know this fight will take a bit longer, but I feel like we should do a bit more of a longer end to the video. Let me know what you thought. I think counters are very helpful, like a Rintrah for Hyperion, very useful. A Valkyrie for that Hulk fight, very, very useful. But apart from that, I wouldn't say that counters are necessary. It's just about being able to have, being able to be good enough to take these on. And I will put my hands up. Before, I just wasn't good enough. Without Rintrah, I was struggling too much. You do need those champs, those immunity champs, to help you along the way. Like, there are maybe seven fights in this video so far. We've got Stealth Spidey, or Stark Spidey, Hyperion, Iceman, Blade, Corvus, Hulk, Majik, and Void. That's 8 fights. So you've got 8 whole fights, and you know they're all boss type fights that it is tricky, and you can't be expected to do it first time, or you do need to practice these fights. But all in all, let me know what you think of this video. This will be the sort of final. The champion boss will be coming out basically tomorrow or straight away. I haven't decided fully yet, but let me know what you think of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up, give it a comment, and I'll see you in the